All right. Hello, welcome to my massive audience of 0. I don't care. I needed to do this for me. I haven't been doing it much lately because of the holiday mostly, but also just catching up on work that I had deadlines for myself at the end of the year. If you are listening to this later at some point and you're a beginner, I would say one of the best things you can do is create deadlines for yourself, create goals for yourself, and write them down and look at them often. And then punish yourself for not doing them. If you don't do it, well, if you continue to not reach those goals, then maybe trading's not for you. But if you're not doing it, something needs to change. And change doesn't happen suddenly. It took me years to get used to working at home by myself without, I don't do this for anyone but me and my family. I don't have a company breathing down my neck saying we need progress. It's just the normal fear of starvation and homelessness and my love for the game. Anyway, we're in that weird time between Christmas and the New Year. I don't even know the holiday schedule for New Year's. Christmas was, you just had the day. Christmas Eve, I think, was a shortened day. I'm talking mostly futures now, and then Friday was open, but didn't matter. There wasn't a whole lot of volume. And I don't think things really get back into the swing until, well, let's look at the calendar. It would be the 5th of the new year. And even then, the first 2 weeks of January feel a little bit muted. At least that's my recollection of 24 and 23 and 25. We'll see. That's always what you say, isn't it? I forget what else I was going to say. Oh. So the Christmas rally did happen. Let's take a look at that. This is the S&P ES futures. We had 5 straight days of rallying. Who knows what will happen now? We had a pullback in the overnight, pretty significant. I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to look at prices first, and then maybe I'll look at news. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Do what I want. Anyway, the NQ made a pullback exactly to last month's close, which is right now it's hanging there, deciding what it wants to do. On the 5-minute, we can see several touches, of which I took a few trades, but I was maybe a bit too cautious here. Almost every time first of all, I didn't see these two. I wasn't up at 4 a.m. I wish I was. But the amount of times that would happen in real, it wouldn't make sense to get up at 4 a.m. Because most mornings at 4 a.m. the price is just slowly slithering along. Anyway, it did seem, like price action did seem almost like it was just going to break at any moment. And then recently, volatility got pretty high and volume got pretty high. I'm going to sit back a little bit and watch. It seems somebody's directing this. Some algorithms or something. Anyway, you can see the drop we had in the overnight. Pretty significant. Same thing with the ES. Not so much in the Russell till recently. And the Dow as well is not as significant. I still believe that there will be a tech crash this year, for sure. The only question is, am I positioned enough to take advantage of it? I thought I was, but now I'm considering going more in. Or maybe that's it. Maybe that's the extent of it. If we look at the daily NQ, maybe this is it. These two drops there. I don't know. That's why I'm hedged. But it's a two-sided sword, two-sided knife, whatever the saying is. Because hedging takes money. It's less money you can commit to full-on profits. But I would still recommend it. And if you're very, very brand new, hedging simply means trading the opposite way of what your main trade is. So let's say, for example, I want to short AI and all the big tech companies. To hedge that, what I did is I, at the same time, went long the S&P. Even though I still might lose a little, I won't lose as much. And I might be gaining double because it seems like the NQ might fall harder than the S&P. I might actually make money in the S&P, while I also make money in some very selective tech giants. But there's many different ways to hedge. The most obvious one is, short the NQ, go long the ES. If you have two accounts, I don't know, I haven't really figured out how to make money off of that, but you could technically short and go long the NQ. And then when one runs, you just close the other, I guess. To me, that just seems too much. All right. Gold. After hitting a new record, gold has fallen back pretty good. These are support and resistance areas, these zones here. But I don't have any major key areas marked in here, and I don't think there is any. Some previous days lows and whatnot, but we are getting close to the daily EMA. Is that what that is? You can see it on the daily. Major gripe of mine with TradingView is that you get these little updates available for your indicators. Every single time I click on them, they just come back. I don't know. Is it really updating? Is it a glitch? And yes, I hit save. I tried all sorts of things. Not worth my time. Oil. Oil bumping up in the overnight, just a little. Natural gas as well. I missed this. several times. Must have been around the 15th or the 16th. Maybe not. Maybe it was earlier. I tried catching the low. And just gave up. Well, maybe I should have just slowly built into the trade. That's what happens when you just trade and don't think about it. Bitcoin, a little bit down. Bitcoin never really making the recovery that the S&P and the NQ did recently. That could be significant. All right, headlines. Today we have pending home sales at 10 a.m. So watch out for that if you're trying to scalp or whatever. I was reading this article. It's probably written by AI. Every Wall Street analyst now predicts a stock rally in 2016. All of the Market 101 type books I've read, I'm not going to say all of them, but a good amount of them say when everybody's bullish, it's when you start selling. Check out some comments. I bet people say something. I don't want to read it again. It's the usual, you know, Trump was supposed to ruin the markets and he didn't. But it's not his, you know, it's not, he doesn't get credit for markets going up now. The usual BS from Yahoo. And this is from Bloomberg, just as bad. Come on. I predict the market will either rise or fall next year, unless it stays flat. Yeah, doesn't that sum it up? Since world currencies are devalued by about 30%, all stocks have gone up in value by about 30%. This was the big driver for all these gains. Yeah, I could agree. Meaning that the growth is not as big as it seems, and there could easily be much more, assuming the economy grows steadily. This is what appears to be emerging over time. A little confused. For the past 9 months, all these analysts talk about was the bubble, the big bubble. If someone didn't listen to the analysts and jumped in last April, they would be very happy going into 26. I don't know. Yeah, when everyone turns bullish, it's time to take caution. It is really easy to predict what the market will do in the near future when you base your prediction on short-term trends. See if any of these analysts live up to their original predictions when the markets take a down for a turn. I mean, the modern day astrologists, is that the right word? The people who follow the signs and read your palm and all that crap. Analysts are the modern day equivalent of that. No other job can you be that wrong all the time. Not even a weatherman. Not really much else going on in the news. At least that's all I care to look at. So Nvidia did something else with some stuff, and they're investing in Intel. Circular financing again. I bet you Nvidia is going to push, maybe not, Intel to drop their GPU program. We'll see. But that's it. I'm going to take a quick look at the VIX and then I'm out of here. Come on. Overnight VIX, huge jump up. Been kind of flat since then, maybe a little high. The VIX on Friday saw quite a jump. Be cautious. That's all I'm going to say. Today might be lots of people selling. Maybe. Who knows? And then the dollar. Dollar's starting to slide up a little bit. But what that guy said about most of the profits this year is due to the dollar value of currency going down. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that, but yeah, well. All right, that's all I got. Good luck, goodbye. I don't know whether I'll be here tomorrow or not. I really got to do something to get more viewers or not. Just keep the way I'm doing it now. I like it. I like the little video diary I do where I pretend that I'm talking to someone. Where I pretend I'm not going crazy. All right, that's it. Goodbye.